So I know why you're here. You're here because you want to know all about that huge bald spot that is in my thumbnail. And if you're interested and you want to know all the details, definitely stay tuned. I got a whole bunch of tea to spill. Welcome to the Lazy and Lock channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your subscription to this channel and welcome back. So in today's video, I want to talk about SISTERLOCK consultants and also trusting your SISTERLOCK consultant, paying attention to the vibes and the energy that you get when you go to a SISTERLOCK consultant, and also just in general, like even if you don't have locks or SISTERLOCKs, just in general, if you're a person who goes to someone else to have them maintain your hair or do your hair in any type of fashion, I want you to be careful and pay attention to the energy that is given off by the person doing your hair, okay? So let's talk about SISTERLOCK consultants. I'm gonna give you a personal story of mine. June of 2016, I established my SISTERLOCKs, but unfortunately, I was moving out of the state that my loctician lived in, and she was already privy to it. She knew that I wasn't gonna be living there that much longer, but she did establish me, and she actually told me and encouraged me to look for a second loctician because she already knew that there would be a possibility that we might not be able to connect. Maybe her schedule wouldn't fit with my schedule. So I was like, fine, you know, it's fine. I didn't want to do it, but I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna have to find another loctician. So long story short, I did find a consultant and I was just bamboozled. I was bamboozled, and she ripped out my locks. That's the most I can say. She ripped it out. I actually still have the paper towel with my locks that she ripped out. I keep it just as a memory of my journey, and I'm going to unravel it right now and show you all. Here it is. These are my locks that she ripped out. It was ripped out from the actual follicle. Can you see that? Hold on. All right, that's better. Like, it was ripped out by the follicle. For the most part, she pretty much regressed all the progress that me and my SISTERLOCK loctician built. You know, my loctician, she saw what my hair condition was like before I got SISTERLOCK, and she was so adamant of, no, we're gonna make this grow. We're gonna make this grow. Like, that bald spot is gonna grow. She was so intentional, and we was working on it. And then here comes this consultant who just comes out of the blue, puts her negative energy, puts her negative hands in my head, and my locks just completely slip out from the follicles from the same exact point where we was making progress. Not only that, she also went in and combined some locks unbeknownst to me. I didn't even know that she combined locks until my loctician told me. So this is the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I understand, especially with quarantine, that it may be so hard to get a loctician or somebody to retighten your hair. But I would rather make my own tool and take a month to retighten my hair than to let anybody else go in my head that has bad energy. Now, the bad energy factor came in because there was things that I expressed to this backup loctician, pretty much telling her about my thin side, telling her that I know that every loctician does things different, but I would appreciate if you can start, you know, on this side of my head first because it's thinner. And she pretty much disregarded everything that I was telling her. She also did my hair super, super tight while I was telling her that it's hurting me. Like, it's hurting me. It's not comfortable at all. And then, she just had this negative vibe because she kept saying, oh my gosh, you have so much hair, you have so much hair. And to me, that's just so off-putting because I know I have a lot of hair. You know, I know that I have very thick, coarse, dense hair. And when people say that to me right before they're about to do my hair, it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like, oh my goodness, this is a task. I don't really want to do it, but I want the money, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And that's not the vibe that I would want anybody to have over my head. And I don't want you to have to feel that you need to have that vibe over your head as well. If any point in time, any given point in time, you go into somebody's shop or somebody is in your hair about to do your hair, if they have any type of negative energy, I'm talking about if it's geared towards you, I don't care if it's through a phone call they got, I don't care if it's whatever's going on. If you feel any type of negative energy and your body is not vibing with what's going on, or something's telling you this person is probably upset or mad or agitated about something, just reschedule the appointment. Don't allow them to go further with your hair, because I'm telling you, that is an energy transfer to your head and you don't want to deal with that. I was also having a conversation with my mom, and she had dealt with the exact same problem. She went to the salon, got her hair done, and then a few days later, her hair just started coming out her head. She didn't understand what it was. I have a clip of that I'm gonna insert right now.
But I wanted her to do my hair because I didn't never want to wait. I didn't want to sit and wait for
right.
her energy, because a lot of the customers were saying that her energy was not good when she's over their head.
See? And that's the same thing that happened to me. You know, I went to that lady to retighten my hair, and she had like a negative energy about her. And then next thing I know, like the next morning, like 3 of my locks, like that, like it just fell out my head. The same thing like with you, like I was crying about it.
I was crying every day. That's horrible. Because I even went to the doctor because I was like trying to figure out everything that could possibly could have made my hair fall out. Like, and I know I wasn't stressed like to that point where my hair's gonna fall out. My diet, everything was the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm healthy, and I knew I was healthy, but I said, you know what? No. It has to be the girl, but to make sure, I'm going to go to the doctor and get a full physical. And then when I took all the tests, everything came out fine. The zinc, magnesium, iron, nothing of the level that would make my hair just fall out like that.
So as you saw in that clip, me and my mom, we was talking, we was having a conversation, and her hair just started falling out. She went to the doctor, as you heard. She got blood tests done. She got things to try to figure out what is going on. Everything came back good. Her vitals, everything was fine. A few weeks later, she found out a lot of customers was just saying that her hands was just bad energy. And this is big. If you don't believe me, you have to pay attention to energy. Energy is never destroyed. It's only transferred and transcended. So that means that you can't break energy. There's no such thing as having energy, no energy. Like, we are vibrating energy. It's only transferred, okay? You don't want bad energy transferred into your head. And this is why I'm saying, for any of you who are thinking about getting sister locks, micro locks, doing it yourself micro locks, braid locks, or hair in general, again, it don't even have to be a lock thing. It's just a hair thing. Don't let people into your head that you feel is bad energy. And bad energy could be as something as simple as cursing over your head. You know, some people, I know when you go to shops, they over here doing your hair and they're like, yeah, F this, F that. You know, this biatch this and this biatch that. That's energy. That's negative energy. Don't let anybody in your head that's doing that. Also, if a person is eating while they're doing your hair, no. Your hair is in my head to do my head. Not to be in my head and eating. Not to be in my head doing other things. No, I want your full energy, positive energy on my head. Your head is your crown. Your head is vital. It's just like your main source of connectivity to the outside world. You don't want any type of negative energy, any type of negative vibes on your head. Also, don't let anybody do your hair that don't feel like doing it. I don't care how long it takes. If you're gonna get some micro braids, if you're gonna get a weave, I don't care if you have to get your braids done first and then come back the next day and get the weft sewn in. If a person is tired or lethargic or feeling fatigued and they're feeling like they don't want to do your hair, don't let them finish your hair. Don't even let them start it. Just reschedule, because again, you want purity in your hair. It's also like when somebody's cooking food for you. When I cook meals and I really feel like cooking the meals, oh man, I put tender love and care into that meal and it tastes so good. And I notice the difference when I am cooking a meal and I don't feel like cooking and it just doesn't taste as good. You know, I would eat the leftovers, I'll be like, this is missing something. Oh, this doesn't really taste as good as I would like it to taste. That's because it's energy driven. And this is also a good time, especially with quarantine, again, to get acquainted with your hair. You may not be locked. You may be, you know, still experimenting with extensions and different styles. You may not want to commit to locks, and that's totally fine. But whatever you do, whenever it comes to allowing somebody else to go into your head, be careful and pay attention to the way that person makes you feel. Pay attention to the vibe, and most of all, make sure that you feel comfortable with that person in your head. We've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this content, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed this content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all who are already subscribed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now. See you next time.